friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will learn about generics, which is one of the hot topic during the interviews. In this video, we will learn what actually generics are, how can we achieve generics with the help of protocols by using the associated types, how can we create our own custom types with the help of generics. And later on, we will discuss some advanced things like how can we apply constraints on the generic types. So let's begin. So this is the definition written on the Apple website. Generic code enables you to write flexible, reusable functions and types that can work with any type, subject to requirements that you define. Means you can use generics to define functions types that can work with any type. In your day-to-day life, you are using arrays, dictionaries. You can create array of type int. You can create array of type string. Even you can create array of your own custom types. So there is no limitation on it. So behind the scene, they are using generics. You are creating types which can work with all the types. To learn more about it, let's take an example. I am writing a function to swap two integers. So to start, let's let's take two integers where first number one. Now let's write function to swap these two numbers. Here we should get an error. Yes, as a is let constant, b is a let constant. As we know, by default function parameters are constant. To resolve this error, we need to define inout here like this. Inout means we are passing in some value to the function to get it modified and then passing out that value. Okay, now print these two values. So we have run this. So first number is 1 and second number is 2. Now call this method swap to int. So as we have used inout here, so we need to use this AND operator as internally it is using call by reference. So to learn about what actually call by reference is, we will cover in some other videos in the coming sessions. So right now, just pass here these values. Now print these two values again. So value updated. First number is now 2 and second number is 1. So what what would happen if we need to pass here double like this? So we will get an error because we are accepting here only int, not the doubles. So yes, we started getting an error. So to support this, we need to define one more function, right? So let's create one more function that support doubles. To we can copy it from here. 3. Instead of int, we have to pass doubles. So change the method name as well. Yes. First double and second double. Now print these two doubles and second double. Now we can call the method like here to interchange these two doubles like we did in the int. So we have just copy paste our code. First double and second double. So yes, this is working fine as we have created another method to provide support for the doubles. Like now, what would happen if we need to pass, if we need to interchange strings, we need to create one more method to provide support for the string swapping, right? To solve this problem, here is the generics come into picture. So let's create one generic function that support all the types, whether it's a string, whether it's a double, whether it's a int, it doesn't matter. So it can support all the types. So let's create one generic function. So let me just copy paste this from here, swap to values, and to define the type. So we have considered t here. So t could be of any type. So now instead of double, we need to pass t here. So yes, now this should fine. So now, like as we were calling the this int method, we were calling this double method. So instead of this, simply let's call uh, this method for int as well as for doubles. So like here the first number and even for the doubles. So swap to values. So first double, second double. So now this should work fine. Yes. So this is working fine. So even this generic function can work for the string values as well. So to test with, let's take string, let's take two strings where first string as ABC, where second string DEF. So swap to values, first string, second string. Now print these two values, right? First string, second string. We have run. So first string is DEF, second string is ABC. So we have seen we have created just a single method that work for all the types, irrespective of a specific type. So here we get a bit understanding about the generics. So what the generics exactly is. So now let's move on. How can we achieve generics with the help of protocols? Before moving on to protocols, firstly let's see how can we use generics to create our own custom types. As right now I have this stack implementation and this implementation has an array right now this stack only support ints, and here we have the push method for the stack and the pop method for the stack. And we have written mutating keyword here. So why we have used mutating keyword? To know about it, please check my other video in the channel, the difference between struct and classes. You will get a clear understanding of it. So here we have the stack that only supports int. We are now going to create our own custom type, which is going to support all the types. Like it can be of type int, that can be of type double, can be of type string, or any other custom type. So to start with, let's copy paste this code and let's remove this int and pass t. So t is the generic type, so that can be of any type, which will which we are going to pass when we are creating the stack object. So instead of this int, let's pass t here. So we have removed int everywhere and pass this generic type. So how we are going to use it? So let's create one object where stack, and we are passing int here. So we are passing the type here for this stack. Now, and we can name it as stack int. And now let's push some item into the stack. One, and push another item. Two, and stack int pop one item. And okay, so let's print this stack and print after popping as well. Now let's run the code. So see, we have pushed two item into the stack, and after popping one of the item, so stack remains one item. As we have written this generic code here and we have written the int implementation here, we can use the same code for the double implementation as well. So to demonstrate, let's copy paste this code here, and instead of int, now we are going to pass double and change it to double values. And here stack int, it should be stack double. Now let's run this code. So this generic code is working fine for the doubles as well. We can pass here string or any other custom type as well. So here we have seen how we can use generics to create our custom types. So that can support any type, not just only the specific type. Now let's move on to protocols. Now we will learn about protocols. Generic type functionality can be achieved with the help of protocols as well. When defining the protocol, we can define associated types. Associated types are the placeholder which can be used as a part of the protocols. So when implementer implements that protocol, can define the actual data types. To demonstrate this, I am going to create one protocol of the stack type where I will take associated type and define the requirements of the stack. And after that, I will create struct to implement that protocol, and we will see how can we replace the placeholder associated type in the protocol with the actual type in the implementer. So to start with, let's create one protocol. protocol stack type, and let's define one associated type. So now we have defined one associated type and I named it as data type. You can name it anything as this is a variable. So this will be replaced with the any type in the by the implementer. And let's create one array as we need one array to hold the stack items where array of type data type. I made it get and set. So to know more about it, why we have defined here as a get set, please check my previous video in the channel. I have created another video for the properties within the protocols. So you will get a more better understanding of the properties in the protocols. And now we need functions or the methods for pushing and popping items within the arrays. So let's create two functions as well. Functions push. So we have defined the complete requirement of the stack type protocol. So now let's create one struct which implements that protocol. So I should get an error to implement this protocol and define the actual type. Yeah, so I have just clicked on fix. So it is asking me to define the actual type. So I defined it int. So now this data type is replaced by int. So now it is asking me to conform to the protocol to implement these two methods and array as well. So let me, oh, there is some bug in the playground. So let me define, implement this methods manually. And there is one array as well of type int. Now this should work fine and compiler would be happy. Yes, error gone. Now we have to implement the stack functionality in the push and pop. So let's add item in the array and here we need to pop an item from the array. Remove last. So yeah, so we are getting an array for the self is immutable. As we know, structures are immutable by default. So we need to define mutating keyword before the function like this, and we need to define the mutating keyword here as well. Otherwise, we will get an error. Yeah, why we have defined this mutating keyword. To know more about it, please check my previous video in the channel, the difference between struct and classes. You will get a clear, more better understanding of it, why we have defined the mutating keyword. So here we have implemented the stack of int types and we have replaced this associated data type with the data type of int. So here we have defined the stack that holds the ints. So now we can create the stack that can hold any types. So, to demonstrate this, let's create one more stack that implements uh, with a double values. Okay, so as we have created this as stack for int, So let me just name it as stack int. So now let me just copy paste, or let me just copy paste just this part. Here I can define double. Okay, so I should get an error. Yes, to define as double. So now I should get another error to implement these functions as well. So see, this time compiler automatically replaces this data type with the double, as I have defined double here. So we just need to define the functionality of the stack here. So now this should work fine. So yes, this is working fine. So in this way, we can create protocols with the associated types, and implementer can replace the placeholder with the actual types. So we have learned how can we achieve generics with the help of the protocols. So guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching the video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel, as every weekend new video comes out. So to get more updated, please like and subscribe this channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.